It is curious to finally meet the entity that dwells within that burning eye. You are less substantial than I expected. My return to this perfect body, overcoming the indignity of my spirit state, was a feat of pure magical will. You, however, seem content to remain as an ominous shadow, relying on armor and fire for presence. True power requires a form worthy of the command, not merely a gaze from a distant, unpleasant tower.
Physicality is a chain, Dark Lord. Flesh is weak, vulnerable to rain sickness, and the pathetic inventions of mortal men. My gaze encompasses the entirety of the Western lands, seeing all, while you were confined to a small, insignificant island, hiding in manor houses and schools. A true architect of empire does not worry about the comfort of his temporary shell. My will is the mountain, vast and unmoving, a power your magic wand cannot even begin to comprehend.
Your power is contained within a single, easily lost trinket. Placing all your might into one golden piece of jewelry is the height of reckless vanity. I have conquered death by splitting my soul into multiple fragments, hidden by impenetrable magic across the world. Should one anchor fail, 6 others hold me fast. A single hobbit with a sharp tool could undo your entire millennia of planning, which shows a fundamental lack of foresight.
That artifact, as you call it, is a tool to bind the wills of all living things, a true expression of pure dominance and order. Your method of soul splitting is pathetic, a desperate scrambling against the inevitable end. It renders you unstable, brittle, and prone to the very madness you seek to impose on others. You are reduced to an insecure fragment, whereas I poured my essence into the ring to maintain my complete focus and design for the world.
Focus is irrelevant if your forces are mindless beasts driven by base hunger. My Death Eaters are wizards of high breeding and immense power. They understand the language of fear, terrorizing the weak into submission. Your armies are orcs, manufactured filth that requires constant supervision.
Brute force on a grand scale is absolute. Your elite wizards have free will, ambition, and a predictable weakness to sentiment and silver. My orcs are a tireless, industrial engine of war, capable of overwhelming entire nations through sheer numbers. You waste time charming politicians and threatening schoolteachers. I simply darken the sky and march.
Organizations are prone to betrayal, as your former master, Morgoth, discovered. I have no predecessors and no equals. My purpose is personal, to conquer death itself, the only true enemy of the powerful. I hunt immortality, knowing that time will inevitably corrode every empire. Why waste ages planning an empire when the emperor himself is destined to decay? My focus on eternal life is the only rational approach.
Immortality is guaranteed by my Mire nature. I have watched the oceans rise and fall. I do not fear the decay of a single lifespan. The true victory is not defying death. It is ensuring that your will dictates the nature of existence for all time. You waste centuries seeking to escape the grave, while I spend that time building a perfect, structured world where chaos is silenced forever. That is the grand design you are too small to perceive.
Smallness is relative. I have achieved dominion over the magical arts, creating curses that cannot be countered and potions that revive the dead. The intricacies of human magic are beyond your grasp, Ancient One. You rely on simple sorceries to change the weather and forge iron. I wield the power to instantly extinguish a soul with a word, a simple, elegant command that requires no siege engines or mountains of slag.
Simple magic is easily countered by the will of others, a weakness you have demonstrated repeatedly. My sorcery bends the very elements of the earth to my design, creating industrial darkness and enduring fortress walls. I am the architect of creation's shadow. The complexity of your world's magic is irrelevant when it can be thwarted by the affection of a mother for her child. Such a fragile system, built on sticks and sentiments.
Sentiment is indeed a disgusting weakness that Dumbledore championed. I eradicated the concept of love from my own heart to achieve greatness. Your weakness, however, is a blinding arrogance that caused you to ignore the insignificance. Two small creatures, the size of children, walked unhindered into the deepest core of your kingdom, carrying your entire essence. Your blindness to the small threat is a fundamental flaw in your cosmic design.
Overconfidence is a flaw I accept, yet my reign spanned epochs. Your downfall came from a sentiment you could not comprehend, a simple act of sacrifice. You were undone by love. My power was undone by pride and the slow, deliberate work of a humble creature whom I rightly deemed insignificant. You were defeated by something you spent your entire life trying to erase. That is a far more poetic and painful defeat.
Painful is precisely the point. The agonizing death and fear I inspired were the foundation of my rule. The ability to inflict profound suffering on muggles and impure bloodlines is a statement of superiority. You offer only slavery and toil. Where is the terror in that? The fear of the killing curse is sharper than the fear of hard work.
Order is a terror to those who cherish their chaotic freedoms. My rule eliminates the need for fear. It simply enforces compliance. You seek to elevate the pure blood few. I seek to bind all life into a singular, controlled harmony. There is no joy in suffering, only waste. I seek to perfect the world, turning its natural beauty into efficient, dark machinery. I am the necessary correction to the flawed song of creation.
You served a greater evil, Morgoth, who was obsessed with destruction. You are nothing more than a disciple, a high-ranking servant. I created my own path, my own power, and my own laws. I am the apex predator of my own universe.
Serving Morgoth taught me patience, long-term strategy, and the necessity of absolute silence in command. I may have been a disciple, but I am the only one who endured. My existence spans the first and second ages of the world. Your entire lifetime is a blink in the eye of my history. I am ancient, eternal, and consistent. You are just a temporary ripple in the affairs of men, a villain of a single generation.
Generations forget, but my actions were designed to be unforgettable. The killing curse, Avada Kedavra, is unique. It leaves no mark, no injury, just cold death. It is the ultimate expression of magical supremacy. Your methods are messy, your naggles shriek. True terror is silent, absolute, and leaves the victims weeping for their children. It is about total psychological ruin, not theatrical screams.
Screams are the sound of souls departing to a realm you cannot comprehend. My Nazgul are creatures of pure wraith, bound to me by the rings and utterly loyal. They are the essence of terror. Your followers were known for deserting you when you faltered, proving their fear was conditional. My ringwraiths cannot be corrupted by simple money or fear of the police. They are eternally, perfectly mine.
A deep question remains about your motivation. Why did you not foresee the ring's destruction? You had eyes everywhere. Why not simply retrieve it yourself and destroy the remaining mortals? Why did you allow those small feet to walk into the fire, essentially surrendering your greatest weapon?
I believed that no one could voluntarily destroy such immense power. It was an oversight of pride, confusing my will for universal law. I was too preoccupied with the grand scheme, the fall of men's cities, to focus on a small, insignificant path. It is a lesson in the fragility of even the greatest designs.
The lesson is to trust no one, and nothing outside of yourself. That is why the Horcruxes were necessary. They are the ultimate insurance against betrayal and weakness. You lost everything because you put your trust in metal and fire. I put my trust in my own exceptional soul, fractured though it may be. In the end, the only thing you truly possess is your own immortal spirit.
My immortal spirit remains, waiting. Your fragments were hunted down and destroyed by children, returning you to the ultimate enemy, death. I was returned to a shade, but I can endure. My essence remains bound to the fabric of the world, and I will rise again when the memory of light has faded.
My shadow was more feared than any of your wars. I was a singular terror that almost won. That kind of individual might is something you never achieved, always relying on vast armies.
You perished utterly, reduced to nothing but a whisper of a bad name. I remain a cosmic force simply waiting for the turning of the age. Your struggle was a brief, violent tantrum. My purpose is eternal. The world will forget the Dark Lord, but the shadow of Mordor will persist forever in the imagination of all who fear the dark.